I've decided that one of the biggest active myths in professional wrestling
Hmm.
is that Bill Goldberg is only capable of putting on a 60-second match. I
Ooh.
I have seen, and I'm not saying that, look, I ain't saying any of them are five-star classics. I'm not saying that you're gonna, I mean, I'm not saying you'd want to watch a 20-minute Goldberg match. He definitely wrestled Gunther in his retirement match for about 15 minutes. Like
Hmm.
he wrestled DDP in 1998 for 12 and a half. And it was a good match. Like, have you ever seen the interview with Dolph Ziggler where he's talking about how pissed off he was when he had to job to Goldberg?
I assumed it would be a 2 minutes of heat, but like me moving out of the way and like him taking himself out to a turnbuckle and then like a couple moves from him and we go to his finish or something. And I was told like, no, ding, 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 spear, jackhammer.
Well, you hit him with two super kicks.
Yeah. But I was told like, here's the deal. And I go, Vince, why am I in this match when anybody could take a spear and a jackhammer? I go, a local could do it. Anybody could do it. And he was like, well, he was like, I don't know what he can do with you. I don't know. And I'm fighting with him all day. I'm fighting. I'm like, it should be something. I should kick him. I should end with my finish. I should do something to where he has to come up out of it. And we're just going to his finisher anyway. And I pitched a million different ways to do something. And finally it was super kick on the bell, get a false out of it, super kick him again, and then get broken in half. And I go, yeah, okay, that's something at least. There's like some up and down that we can go with. And he's just going to spear me anyway. And of course, he kicked out at 1 or something because he's really good at wrestling.
And I'm like, what is this myth that Bill Goldberg is literally like a mannequin who can't do anything? Like, I've seen him do and here's the thing, right? Can Goldberg do a shooting star press? No, he doesn't have to. Can he do, he can definitely do pump handle slams and gorilla press slams and all sorts of other shit. I'm pretty sure if you taught Goldberg for 5 minutes how to do a power bomb, he'd learn that pretty quick as well. Like, it just seems to be this bizarre myth. Like, it's like a modern myth in pro wrestling that everyone just accepts that Bill Goldberg is just incapable. If you make him wrestle for any more than 60 seconds, he's going to gas. He's going to drop some cunt on their head, and everyone involved is going to die. And I don't agree with it. I don't believe it.
I in fairness, I completely agree. It is a weird, and it has only maybe appeared over the last sort of 10, 15 years. Mainly when he come back against, like when he made his comeback against Lesnar. Everyone you could just hear was like, well, yeah, he only does 90-second matches. It's like, yeah, he can do 90-second matches. But the idea that is all he can do is nonsense. Like
I think you could even make the argument that 30-second matches best suit him and his character and his ability. I'm not saying you can't make that argument. I'm just saying this concept. Like, listen, I don't remember. Like, do you remember during Triple H's reign of terror when Scott Steiner first turned up and everyone was just blown away by how terrible their matches together were?
Yeah.
I don't remember anyone saying the Goldberg Triple H series of matches that happened in the early 2000s was the worst matches ever.
No.
And they were wrestling for 20 minutes in the main event. I don't understand this concept of like, oh, Goldberg, he's just incapable. He can't do anything. Like, all you can do is throw someone out in the ring with him and let him spear him a whole bunch of times and win, because that's literally all he's capable of. I don't buy it.
No, I agree. I do agree. It is a strange myth that has appeared because, off the top of my head, I mean, he's had what matches? The Sting match we reviewed on Nitro.
Yeah,
That was
brilliant.
a good match. He's had matches. Now, what I will say is that, have you noticed when Goldberg was on top in WCW? Like, we know when he won the world title against Hogan.
Yeah.
Do you know how many pay-per-views he main evented with the title?
Yeah, hardly any.
2.
Yeah.
He did Halloween Havoc with DDP, and then he lost it to Nash at Starrcade. He either wasn't on the card or he wasn't in the main event.
Yeah. No, I'm well aware of that. One of my main frustrations actually with WCW is that for some reason they had like a massive aversion to putting the world title on their two biggest stars, which was Goldberg and Sting. I like, they seem to have such a problem with it. Hulk Hogan, they could give the title to him and let him run with it for 6 months, a year, right? Anyone else, It was like they really had a problem with it. Like WWE, it would be like WWF having like a 3-year run where they just don't let Austin or Rock near the world title ever. Like they never did it. They were always in the mix. Yet Goldberg and Sting, if you look any time after 1999, add up both of their title reigns, I think it's about 2 days. I think they had 1 day each. From 99 to when the company folded in 2001, Sting and Goldberg had a combined WCW world title reign. Oh, no, that's not true. Sting had it about a month, didn't he, when he beat Hogan and turned heel? Before
he
that,
had
though,
he had it for 1 day when he beat. Yeah, so Goldberg didn't win it again after he lost it in '98, which is bizarre when you look at it for another like 3 years.
that was, I mean, Bobby Heenan always said that Nash beating Goldberg was like the death nail.
Whoever made the decision, whoever came up with the idea to beat Goldberg, that was bad.
Yeah.
But whoever okayed it, that was worse. Whether it's Eric's fault, whether it's Dr. Harvey Sheller's, or whoever it was, that's what killed the wrestling business. Mark McGuire is a good friend of mine, and Mark McGuire came to Atlanta, and he wanted to meet Goldberg because Mark likes to work out. So McGuire was at the ballpark.
Right.
Goldberg went over to meet him. McGuire ripped his shirt off and rubbed his bat on his chest and went out on his 70 home runs. We had no one from our company there to film it. Vince would have had McGuire at Louisville picking out the wood and the bat.
Right.
He'd have had McGuire getting dressed. He'd have had Goldberg putting on a T-shirt, getting ready. Vince would have produced it. I would have had him go 3,000-0. First of all, he's Jewish. Most of the people in marketing and in television are Jewish people. They've never had a champion. They would run with this guy. I mean, this would have worked. They've never had a guy like this. Plus, he played pro ball. Plus, he was raw. He didn't know how to work. But what he did was good enough. And he had that look that you could build around. And they didn't really beat Goldberg to help Goldberg or to help the business. They did it selfishly to hurt Goldberg.
You would think that if there were people in the company with that mindset, like, why did no one put the belt back on him? Like, why did no one at any point? Like, Russo, apparently, when he first came in, was going on and on and on about no one's ever booked Goldberg properly. I'm going to make Goldberg into Steve Austin, right? Yeah. Why didn't you put the belt on him in your first night back in, like, when you first took over? And like started a world title tournament that Bret Hart ended up winning. Like, if you're so like, oh well, I'm gonna make this guy a megastar. Well, step number one, bruv, right? Have him crush everyone in the world title tournament and win his belt back, because everyone's wanted him to have that belt back since he lost it. I remember, in fact, I think it was in our very first podcast when we're talking about the Goldberg Sting main event about the night after Halloween Havoc, and Sting comes out with no face paint on, in street clothes.
Yeah.
As a heel. Then Goldberg come out, and these two guys had a ruck. And the whole crowd went fucking insane, because they were the two biggest guys in the company at that point. By a million miles, the two most over guys. Yeah. The two big heroes, they were the Rock and Austin of WCW. And in terms of their roles in the company as the two biggest baby faces.
Yeah.
And it's like... You would think, wouldn't you? Like, if someone had said to you, right, at the start of this Nitro, John, right, we're going to book the start of Nitro, and you've got to guess where the story's going to go from here, right? If you started the Nitro going, the heel world champion Sting, who's actually mega popular babyface, right, comes out, beats up an authority figure, then has a brawl with Goldberg, and the whole crowd goes crazy, and we fade to black with Bobby Heenan screaming, "No, let him go, let him fight!"
Into the ring, and look at this! The Sting is staying right there with him. Security finally builds up the ring. Let him go, let him fight. What the heck? Goldberg and Sting in opposite corners now.
Would you imagine that in the main event of that show, Goldberg is going to lose to Bret Hart in the world title tournament? Surely that's developing. Sting versus...
Was that one Goldberg as well? Coming out of that show, he won the US title as well, didn't he? So he was the US champion as well.
Yeah.
And then, because I always remember that. In the first match of that title tournament, when Bret Hart beats him, Bret Hart also wins the US title.
Oh, did he? Did he win the belt?
Yeah.
Oh.
You don't remember that?
Vaguely, actually,
It
yeah.
was bizarre. And then he loses it to like Scott Hall like a week later or something. Or like I think then it was like a ladder match where Scott Hall wins it.
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah,
it was
yeah.
because it was a bizarre thing where it's like, oh, this is the first match of a title tournament. Okay, cool. Goldberg's the US champ, so of course his belt's on the line. It's what? What? No, it's not. That's not how it works.